Called it.
The Blue Angels taxi in tight formation, just as you will see them perform here this afternoon. This degree of precision has become a trademark of the Blue Angels since first established 68 years ago. 16 officers and 100 enlisted personnel comprise the Navy's Flight Demonstration Squadron. 4 of the demonstration pilots fly in the tight diamond formation, while 2 fly as soldiers, our maximum performance demonstrators. Once again, I'm Lieutenant Ryan Chamberlain from Bloomington, Illinois, Blue Angel number 7, and the narrator for the flight demonstration, as well as the pilot for the VIPs we normally fly at each show site. Blue Angel number 8, Lieutenant Commander Michael Chang from San Francisco, California, is the Squadron Naval Flight Officer and Events Coordinator. Lieutenant Commander Declan Hartney, our maintenance officer from Limerick, Ireland, is responsible for the men, women, and equipment to keep our aircraft in the air. From Longmont, Colorado, the Blue Angel Flight Surgeon is Lieutenant Commander Mark DeBuse. From Chicago, Illinois, our administrative officer is Lieutenant Phil Harper. From Omaha, Nebraska, our supply officer is Lieutenant Scott Adams. From Ramona, California, our public affairs officer is Lieutenant Amberlynn Daniel. Our Boeing technical representatives are Mr. Ed Robinson from Waverly, Minnesota, Mr. Todd Lawson from Tigard, Oregon, and Mr. Landy Harnishfigger from Nantucket, Massachusetts. Our financial management analyst is Ms. Elizabeth Sassaman from Kaysville, Utah, and our financial account technician is Mr. Angel Ortiz from Rio Grande, Puerto Rico.
Back again, extreme places I didn't know. I broke everything new again, everything that I owned. I threw it out the windows, came along. Extreme ways I know, apart the colors of my sea. Perfect color me. Extreme ways.
The 6 demonstration pilots are approaching the end of the runway to begin their takeoff sequence. Very shortly, Commander Frosch will call the 4 diamond pilots into the fingertip formation. In fingertip, Blue Angel number 4, the slot pilot, will be positioned outboard of Blue Angel number 2 on the right wing. In this formation, they will initiate their takeoff roll, transition to the diamond on liftoff, and commence the diamond half squirrel cage on takeoff. As the diamond clears the flight line, our 2 solo pilots will begin their takeoff maneuvers. In a dynamic demonstration of the thrust produced by these General Electric engines, Lieutenant Commander Tickle will roll Blue Angel number 5 360 degrees immediately after takeoff with the landing gear still extended. As he clears the flight line, Lieutenant Tedrow, Blue Angel number 6, will execute a very precise low transition, pull the nose straight up, and complete the maneuver with a very graceful split S after takeoff.
I didn't have much to say, I didn't get along the line. I closed my eyes and closed myself and closed my world and never opened up to anything that could get me at all.
They're on the runway now with the diamond establishing the fingertip formation. They'll accelerate their engines to 85% power, carefully check their engine instruments, and respond to Commander Frosch with a thumbs up, indicating they are ready to go. With a thumbs up from each of his wingmen, Commander Frosch will call for the selection of afterburner, and the Blue Angel Diamond will be rolling. Accelerating to 150 miles per hour, he will pull back on the stick, flying the formation into the air. And immediately after liftoff, Major Cordell will call for the landing gear and flaps to come up, and they'll commence the diamond half squirrel cage on takeoff.
Updated Windsor 24016. We own the airfield and the airspace. You are clear for takeoff. Have a good one. Thanks, Bo. Clear for takeoff. Solo is ready to rock, Smartable. Boss, we're clear for takeoff. The Windsor 24016. That's a left crosswind. Check your power brake off, check your trim set, check your nozzle steering on. Maneuver, diamond half squirrel cage, left turn on. Shaky. Billy, trip down up there on the starter for all the fathers on Father's Day at the Great Tennessee Air Show.
Now, to the left, Commander Frost calls, smoke on! Off brakes now! Burners ready now, and the Blue Angel Diamond is rolling. As they pass before you, you will notice the smoke is not visible while the engines are in afterburner. Smoke comes on as Commander Frost calls for the deselection of afterburner by the 4 Diamond pilots. Pulling through the horizon, he rolls the formation 180 degrees to the upright position, completing the half Cuban 8. As the Diamond accelerates in the descent, they acquire the necessary airspeed for their next maneuver. As the Diamond pilots pull into the vertical, they will experience 4 times the force of gravity required to perform this looping maneuver. Blue Angel number 5 is rolling. He'll accelerate to 170 miles per hour and climb to an altitude of 80 feet. He will then roll his aircraft 360 degrees with the landing gear extended. The dirty roll-on takeoff. Back to the right, Blue Angel number 6 is rolling. He'll execute a very precise low transition as he accelerates his aircraft to 300 miles per hour. Lieutenant Tendril pulls back on the stick to 6 times the force of gravity. Pointed vertically, Lieutenant Tendril climbs to an altitude of 4,000 feet and rolls his aircraft 180 degrees onto his back. Pulling through the inverted, he completes the split S on takeoff and will exit the flight line to the right. Blue Angel Diamond will momentarily be making their approach from the right. In relatively slow-speed flight, they will give you an opportunity to get a close look at that very minimum 18-inch wingtip to canopy separation that exists between these four aircraft. From the right, the Blue Angel Diamond.
I feel so close to you right now. It's a force field. Your love pours down on me, surround me like a waterfall. And there's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now.
The sensation of weightlessness or ballistic flight, similar to that experienced by our astronauts in space, will now be felt by our two solo pilots. Approaching center point, Lieutenant Commander Tickle and Lieutenant Tedrow will roll their aircraft into a 90-degree angle of bank and push forward on the stick as they perform the opposing knife edge pass. Approaching for a maneuver I'm sure it's familiar to many of you who have seen the Blue Angels perform in the past. From the right at 400 miles per hour, the Diamond Roll. All four aircraft rolling as one in this graceful 360-degree rolling maneuver.
It's all about the sound. Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Carolina. Don't you wanna get down and dirty? It's Florida, I'm thirsty. Give me a piece of Tennessee whiskey. Bring it on back. Lay back, really on time. Sweet magnolia, down for the done. Oh, hey, you know I call down. It's all about the sound.
Our two solo pilots are approaching once again, this time to demonstrate the inverted flight capabilities of these FA-18s. Approaching inverted from the left and right, they will roll their aircraft 360 degrees, crossing over center point. The opposing inverted to inverted roll.
This plane's flying upside down. Steering wheel is we will see that sky above. Ambition, man, she looks good on YouTube now. She holds your hand.
To the left, the Diamond is setting up for their next maneuver, the Diamond Aileron Roll. Approaching center point on a signal from Commander Frosch, all four pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees. The very precise Diamond Aileron Roll. Let's listen in.
Ready, hit!
We all knew that to kids that can't share toys. I swing at you with words sharper than any swords. You'll come back with a trap so good it hurts. You say I will never leave you, no matter what. All that happens now is not
Aircraft pilots and enthusiasts who appreciate the difficulties associated with carrier aviation will enjoy this next maneuver demonstrated by our two solo pilots. To the right, Lieutenant Commander Tickle and Lieutenant Tedrow will establish a mirror image formation. But look closely, for both aircraft are in the carrier landing configuration as they approach for a maneuver we call the Fortis.
Yes, I can. Down to the lead, I'm running with this plan. Pull me, grab me, crabs in the bucket, can't have me. I'll be the president one day. Chance to be first. Oh, you like that gossip? Like you the one talking much gossip. I for your car. How many dollars phones you call? Yeah, I got a brand new suit. It's fun. With the bullets out of the bed like I won. It's up like it's in my chest that that's on. G5 in the US to Taiwan. I wanna say that. I wanna play back. Mama knew I wasn't even with a haystack. I'm a valley boy, plus lay back. I got a feeling it's a rap and an ASAP.
For Navy and Marine Corps pilots who must land their aircraft on the small and sometimes pitching deck of an aircraft carrier at sea, slow-speed flight is just as important as high-speed flight. In order to demonstrate the dirty, slow-speed handling characteristics of these Boeing FA-18s, Commander Frosch has called for the extension of the landing gear and tail hooks by the 4 Diamond pilots, as they execute a maneuver performed by no other jet demonstration team in the world today. From the left, at less than 250 miles per hour, the Diamond Dirty Loop. To the left, Lieutenant Commander Tickle is approaching to demonstrate the maximum performance turn radius of the FA-18. He'll execute a 7.5 G afterburning turn and exit the flight line vertically, showcasing the Hornet's slow-speed climb capability.
Down, down, down.